Good morning, everybody. My name is Brandon Worley, and I'm an active member of the automotive niche at Withum, where we cover automotive retail and automotive technology. And today I'm joined by Jim Roche, the chairman and founder of WarrCloud. Jim, please kick it off.
Thank you, Brandon. Honored to have been asked to attend. Nice to see everyone. I've been working with dealers for over 30 years in automotive, primarily on fixed ops, creating companies and delivering automotive technology. My latest company is WarrCloud, which automates warranty processing. Prior to WarrCloud, I was part of X Time at Cox Automotive. Along the way, wrote a couple of books about fixed ops. Prior to that, was the founder of a company called AutoPoint. So as I said, lots and lots of experience in automotive, particularly with fixed ops. Our topic today will be warranty and the growing importance of warranty to the dealer and profitability. So let's just dive right in and look at a few slides talking about industry trends. To begin, and I think everybody probably knows this, but historically, service has been the majority profit driver at the dealership. The last couple of years were an anomaly, but we now see the pendulum swinging back to where service will be at the forefront of driving dealership profitability. According to NADA, fixed ops drove more than 50% of total dealership gross, despite only being a 12% share of dealer revenue. Overall service department growth, going back almost 10 years, has been significantly challenged. We've seen some growth, but the last 10-year average of 3.1%, I think everyone would agree, is nothing to write home about. But of course, service has two primary revenue streams. You have customer pay, CP, and warranty. And from a growth perspective, warranty has far outpaced customer pay in terms of driving growth in service. And as we see more and more changes undergoing in the industry, I think dealers and GMs are going to expect more from service in terms of profit contribution. As new vehicle and used vehicle sales margins erode, dealers are going to need to fill the profitability gap, and service, as we know, for many decades has been old reliable. But I think we're going to be in a challenging customer pay environment. We're going to see more sales of EVs. We're in an uncertain economy already, including rising interest rates. And I think all of these things will combine to give us fewer customer pay opportunities, which means warranty is the most likely area for growth and improvement. And you can learn from this by looking at the past trends when it comes to a warranty. What you're looking at now is the trend pre and post-pandemic for warranty growth. Pre-pandemic, the 5-year growth for warranty was over 38%, about a 7.7% average, which is way larger than the average growth in service overall. And we are projecting significant growth through the end of 2026 for warranty, almost 20% growth additionally in warranty through the end of 2026. Now, that's going to be driven by two things, one obvious and one not at all obvious. The first obvious aspect is that we're going to sell more and more new vehicles as we go forward in time. And what that means is that as we sell millions more new cars, there will be millions more warranty covered vehicles on the roads, which means more warranty work for the dealer. No surprise there. The second really interesting aspect is this slide. What we're seeing is that the warranty expense for electric vehicles is much higher than the internal combustion engine. This slide from J.D. Power shows that the expenses for warranty for electric vehicles are about 300% higher, as tracked by We Predict, a division of J.D. Power. So, and also in the coming years, we're going to see about 150 new electric and hybrid vehicles introduced. So the mix of electric vehicles is going to be an increasing number as we move forward in time. So those two things combined lead us to the prediction that we will see increasing warranty as we go forward. So very, very interesting. But it's not all silver lining here, because when you look at warranty profitability, that's where the challenge is. Because today there is no technology that brings efficiencies to warranty processing. And the cost of warranty processing today, which is a 100% manual process, cuts deep into warranty profitability. The cost of processing claims today consumes 12% of the gross profit from warranty, which is a whopping big bite. On average, each claim takes about 11 minutes to process, and the people who have these skills to do warranty claims processing at the dealership are very difficult to find. As a matter of fact, the trend that we are seeing is that warranty administrators are leaving the workforce and are not being replaced by the younger generations coming up. These figures produced by my company WarrCloud show an increasing decline in the number of warranty administrators available to dealerships, dropping eventually by 2025, dropping under 60%. And I know you ask yourself, well, that's interesting. Why is that happening? And we've talked to a variety of people who are leaving the workforce, as well as people who are the younger generation. And we already know, unfortunately, that automotive retail is not a first career choice for a lot of the younger generations. It's actually, I guess, the best way to encapsulate it. My daughter, who is 26, I asked her about this because, warranty, and a warranty administrator is a pretty well-paid job. And she said, yeah, duh, Dad, nobody my generation wants to sit at a green screen and push warranty around. So I was like, well, when you put it like that, okay, I guess I get it. But whatever the reason, we're seeing an acceleration in the decline of warranty administrators, which means that if you think about that, we're going to see warranty work, meaning the demand for claims processing on the increase at exactly the same time that the people who have historically done it are on the decline, which creates an interesting conflict, because clearly that we have a scalability problem. So let's step away and look at it from a different perspective. OEM warranty compliance, and we see a little bit of a mixed bag. On the good side, we see that the larger OEMs are easing up on the documentation requirements for the dealers. For example, they're no longer required to do punch time on basic opcodes, which is great. But what's critical to maintain that status with the OEM is that your key metrics need to be above average. Key metrics being your time to close, your time to submit, your first time success rate. If you're not doing that, the OEMs come back harder when it comes to auditing. So you can expect increased scrutiny for dealers who are below average. There's an easing up of documentation requirements for dealers who are doing better or better than average. Additionally, and this is all brand new, we're seeing state level legislation is having a significant impact on warranty. The states are enacting changes to franchise laws that increase warranty reimbursement rates. This is already in effect in Illinois, Wisconsin, Montana, and we're seeing a lot of them, particularly California, Texas, and Colorado, and even more are in process. This is going to add billions in additional expenses to the OEMs, and they may not react well to that. It's not surprisingly. So compliance, dealer compliance for warranty will be critical. These and many more are the reasons why we created WarrCloud. WarrCloud is the industry's first and only technology platform that automates warranty processing. In a nutshell, the way that it works is the system automatically extracts the warranty repair order from the DMS. We also accept information in digitized format, fax or scan, although nowadays that's very rare. And at the heart of the system is a library of bots. These bots understand what the OEM needs to see in a claim in order to get it paid. So when they receive the RO, they go to work on it. They get customer information, vehicle information, 3 Cs, tech notes, and they automate most of the tasks related to the processing and the submission of a claim. They submit it to the OEM, and then they get the dealer paid. Pretty straightforward. And WarrCloud's technology impacts the majority of the aspects of a flow of a warranty RO. So we touch most of the steps, as you're seeing here. which significantly reduces the labor and therefore the costs associated with warranty submission. So as I said, the core of WarrCloud is driven by bots, and that also drives additional revenue. So for example, let's say you have a Takata airbag, but you didn't know or you forgot to submit that there's a $20 administrative allowance. Well, in addition to that, there are also add times depending on the model and whether or not you have LTZ or SLT trim. WarrCloud's bots using VIN patterns automatically apply for that add time, so you never miss it. As an example, we recently had a GM dealer who we did a quick audit, saw that over 70 ROs didn't have the $20 applied. So we applied for those. That's $1,400 in additional revenue in 2 days just by going after and applying consistently that simple administrative application. Additionally, because there are a lot of other aspects of warranty, particularly supplemental documentation. So WarrCloud recently developed and introduced Chirp. Chirp is a mobile device-based app that allows you to gather all of that additional documentation in a very efficient way. Reduces time across the board for your service staff. The way that it works in a nutshell, well, let's talk first about the way that it used to work. You knew that you needed, let's say, a rental car receipt. So we got to get that or else they won't pay us. So you had to go find that, you had to print it out or pull it out of the file, then you had to scan it, then somebody had to take that scan, email it over to the warranty administrator, it had to be attached to the claim and then uploaded to the factory, right? A lot of paper chasing. Chirp alerts you on your phone and it says, hey, I need the rental car receipt for RO12345. You take the phone, you take a picture of it, it automatically attaches it to the RO and uploads it to the factory. Simple 2 steps and you're done. So significant time savings, which again is an expense saving. Well, WarrCloud's results in 22 were remarkable. We increased across all of our brands and all of our dealers, we increased warranty revenue by an average of 12.4%. We reduced the cost related to claims processing and submission by more than 50%. The claims get processed and submitted within 24 hours, which of course greatly improves cash flow. And we improved OEM scores, particularly the key metrics, your first time success, your time to submit, and your time to close. So across all of the key metrics, WarrCloud can bring an improvement while additionally increasing revenue and reducing expenses. And I think we'd all agree as we're coming into 2023 with all the changes that are happening in the industry, all of those things are very, very important for the continued financial health and performance of the dealer. So Brandon, that's what we do in a nutshell. Hopefully that's useful. Happy to have a discussion or take any questions that you may have.
Jim, thank you so much for a fantastic presentation. It truly is remarkable what WarrCloud is doing for its dealers, and I think it's going to continue for the next several years as we do see margin compression on new and used vehicles. The WarrCloud product, it really hits home with me. My first job in a dealership was at the Collection, an 8-brand rooftop in Miami. And part of my job was administering warranty claims at the deal. And
so you know the pain.
So I know the pain. I know that as an intern I wasn't paid to do the job. So when the warranty admin wasn't there on a Friday, I would step in, and it's a time-consuming task. It's cumbersome. It's laborious, and it can be challenging. And as we have people who are, leaving the workforce, I can understand that, the younger generation, like your daughter, is not going to sit in front of the green screen and want to push warranty processing claims. Exactly. So, talk to us a little bit about what was your aha moment, several years ago when you started WarrCloud, well before anybody could have thought about it. You have no competition right now.
Yeah, that's a great question. So as I mentioned, I've been working with dealers for over 30 years, and sort of back of the napkin, I think I've visited in my time probably 2,000 dealers. And if you open enough doors in the dealership, eventually you find a little office or a little broom closet that's a warranty administrator's office. And invariably you would see just these huge stacks of paper. Um, and to me, whenever I see a stack of paper, that says inefficiency, right? There's a lack of automation. So I always wondered about that, and I would ask my service leader friends about it. And was an astute service leader friend who said to me, and I quote, "You know, dummy, that's not a stack of paper, that's a stack of uncashed checks." And that was the aha moment, right? We already knew that there was inefficiency there, but that stack of uncashed checks, I'm like, oh, okay, this is a real problem. And no one had tackled it because of the complexity related to warranty and warranty processing. No one was working on it. So it took us 5 years to build WarrCloud because of the various complexities. But that's also kind of the benefit, and that's the reason why we have no competition. There is no other technology platform out there today that automates warranty processing. You can outsource to the temp agencies. There's a lot of them out there. If you think about a temp agency, they have the same scalability problem that the dealer does, because as warranty administrators leave the workforce, you can't scale a temp agency if you don't have human capital. Well, we're not reliant on human capital. We're doing it with computers. So there's an inherent advantage to that.
Yeah, so talk to us a little bit about what that looks like on the dealer side to onboard. How long does it take to get up and running if the house is burning down and the warranty administrator, put in her 2 weeks notice? Where do we go?
That's funny you say that about the house burning down, because we refer to it as they pull the fire alarm. So nice. Yeah, so I've been involved with many dealer technologies in the past, and WarrCloud is unique because it's a complete outsource. You don't have to buy or install equipment. You don't have to train your people on it. Your people, there isn't someone at the dealership who uses WarrCloud. It is an outsource. So in essence, you give us access to your DMS and to your OEM warranty processing portal. We talk about ways that we customize what we do. Do you want us to, when do you want us to pick up the RO? Do you want us to close the RO? Do you want us to up flag or back flag the text? Do you want us to make accounting notes? There's no right or wrong. It's just a little bit different for everybody. And then when we pin that down, we take you live. So today we go from contract to cash in about 22 days. And it's a very easy process for the dealer.
Absolutely. I mean, three weeks. It sounds like a very smooth process to me. So I guess the last major question I would have for you is, if I'm a dealer and I'm looking to bring on WarrCloud because I'm not sure the future of my warranty admin, what happens to my warranty admin after I bring on WarrCloud to take on this cumbersome responsibility?
Yeah, that's a great question. We call that internally, we call that the Bob factor. Tongue in cheek, because we talk to a dealer and they say, I see what you're saying. I know that the trends are unfolding this way, but Bob is our warranty administrator and he's been here for 17 years, right? We love Bob. And so you got to take into account the Bob factor. Now if Bob just retired or left, that's a different kettle of fish. But if Bob is still there, the dealer is looking to make their business healthier, but there's that side of the human equation. But according to Cox Automotive, they said that 73% of dealers have at least one open job rec that they haven't been able to fill. So what we've seen through 2022 and certainly into 2023 is Bob is being repurposed, right? He's got a lot of valuable knowledge about the service department, about the customers, about the dealership. So you find another role for Bob that maybe is more customer facing, because at the end of the day, the more effort that you put into your service department to be customer facing, the more the customers are going to be satisfied and the more loyalty you're going to generate. And of course, customer retention is critically important for today's dealer health. So if you have the Bob factor, repurposing Bob in a meaningful role is a really, really good solution.
I love it, the Bob factor. So we just need Bob to be customer facing to help us improve our service scores and
Precisely.
service. Well, that's fantastic. I mean, those are all the questions that I have for you. I really appreciate you taking the time to join us today. It's been a fantastic presentation, and I can see that WarrCloud is on a rapid trajectory of growth here in 2022, moving into 2023, and as margin compression continues to occur here on new and used, I'm very much looking forward to watching along your journey, Jim.
Well, thank you very much. Glad to see you and to present to your audience. If you have any questions, contact information is on the screen. As you can probably tell, we love to talk about this stuff and we love to help.
Same here. Ever need anything, let us know.